Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 7 of this SS Bremen tutorial. Today's focus will be the ship's funnels, the forecastle deck details, and if I got time, some other bits as well, but main focus being the funnels and the forecastle. So what we're going to do, start off with the funnels, and we're going to go to the front end of the bridge, so on the top of the bridge that is. I've already got a block up there for some reason, so I'm going to have to remove that. So get rid of that, and then start again. Right, so the front of the bridge, which is of course this area here, centre block here, and start on the first block of the wood, first wood block, that one, and we're going to count to the 27th back. So that's the first block, and we're going to go all the way back to the 27th. So that's 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and that's the 27th there. So I should put a block on there. Just double check again. So that's 26th, and that's the 27th. Yeah. So on the 27th block back, you put a block. And the base, well, this will be the base of the first funnel. So what we want to do is build this base 13 blocks wide. So that's, what's that, 7 either side. So no, 6 either side. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the base width. And then for the sides are going to be 32. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2. So that should be 32. I'll just measure that to make sure. And yep, that's 32. That's absolutely fine. And we'll do the same on the other side. Make sure it's 32. So that's the first block there. And just build the length. (28, 29, 30, 31, 32). So that's 32 there. Then join them across the back. So that is the foundations of the base. And basically what you want to do is increase the height to 2 blocks high, and cover it over as well. So what basically is it's just a flat panel of white blocks. So go from here to the other side, well, corner to corner. And it's just a flat base, so set quartz. And there we go, that's the base of the funnel. That is basically it. It's just a 2 block high slab of quartz blocks, or white blocks, or whichever colour blocks or material blocks you want to use. So that is the base of the first funnel. I'll build the funnel in a bit, so I'm just going to move on to the next task, is go to the back wall of this base. And the centre block, which is that one. And we're going to count back to... count back to the 91st block. So we go from here, and we're going to go all the way back to the 91st block. That's 91 blocks back, and that is 54 there, 74, 91. So there's the 91st block, and we put a block there. So that's a 90 block gap, basically, a 90 block gap. So once you've done that, exactly the same design for the base. It's 13 wide, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way, and then 32 down the side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. I'll just build it and then measure it. How many is that? That's done that wrong. Let's go from that one. I think it's 27, wasn't it? So yep, that's 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2. And there we go, it's 32. Same on the other side. Well, basically, I could just go from here to there with the weld edit. So if I put a block on there, and we just build the slab using just the 2 sides. So from that corner to this corner, use that, and there we go. That is the second funnel base done. And it should look something like that. It kind of looks weird. Just a couple of squares on the top. Never mind. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go back to the forward funnel base now. And we're going to start building the first funnel. Now both funnels are the same design, same shape, so what we'll do is just build the first funnel, and I'll probably just copy it to the next one. So just going to read my notes, so bear with me a second. Okay, back again. Just had to do a quick jump cut there because I couldn't remember what colour the funnel was. It's yellow, of course, but it's the material I'm using is yellow hardened clay, so that's the colour I've gone for the funnel. So what we're going to do, we'll go down to the front wall of the funnel base now, and we're going to go for the centre block, which is that one, and we're going to go to the third block back. So that's 1, 2, 3, and on the third block where we start the funnel. So the front wall of the funnel is 5 wide, so that's 2 either side like that, so that's 5 wide. And out to the side you want to build 2, 2 and 2. I'll do the same on the other side. We go 2, 2 and 2, like so. And then for the side of the funnel you want to build 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then one block in and build 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 2 and 2. So that's the one side of the funnel done. So I do the same on the other side, so a row of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then a row of 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 2 and 2. And join them together like that. So there we go, that is the base of the funnel. It looks a bit weird, but I'll show you that is how the funnel is shaped. And for the design of the funnel, I have actually made them slanted, so yeah, this is how it's going to go. So what we're going to do, I've built the center point of the funnel, so you can see how the funnel is slanted. So on from the bottom of the center block, we're going to build up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that basically increases it to 7. And then next up you want to build 9. So from here you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then after that you want to build 8. So from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. That is the slant of the funnel. And that is the full height of the funnel. So basically you just want to build the same thing all the way around the funnel. So the first section of the funnel is 7 high, so just build. I'll do as much of it freehand as I can, as quick as I can, so you can get an idea of how the funnel is. Like so, and then do the same down the sides. Now, I don't actually know the number of this block, so I can't use World Edit for it. Well, I can just do a quick jump cut and look it up, but I'll do that in a minute. But anyway, that is the first portion of the bottom section of the funnel. And for the next section, next funnel section, just build on there and around the side like that. So it's a bit confusing how it looks, but once you start building it, it'll look alright. So I'll just build this next section up like that. So basically, on every, like I said, on every block section, you just build the same thing: 6 up, and then 9 up, and then 8 up. So that's the bottom's 2 done. I'll do the last section here. I'm not really explaining it very well, but I'll show you. This is how it should look. So there we go. That's the front half. I'll do the next row as well. So there we go. There's the front quarter, basically, of the funnel. So that is how it should look at this moment in time. So I shall do a quick jump cut while I work out what this block colour is, and then I can use World Edit to fill in the rest. So back in a second. Okay, back again. I've just looked up what the colour code for the hardened clay is, so I just wanted to use that so I can use World Edit. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use World Edit to copy and paste a few sections. So I'm going to copy the top to the bottom, so I can use it to well, paste in the section. So what I'm going to do the side sections here, and come out wrong. So I'm just going to do the sides of the funnel around to there. So that's the front portion of the funnel done. You can see how it is all lined up. So it's basically 6 up, well, 7 really because of the bottom. So it's 6, 9, 8, and that's how that is. And it's the same on the back points as well. So once you get to that's all the front sections done. So when you get to the back sections of each funnel, you just do the same again. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you just do the same thing again on the back sections of the funnel. So I use World Edit again from there down to the bottom. So just do copy and just paste on all the sections of the back of the funnel. There we go. That is all those parts of the funnel done. As you can see, all you need to do then is just fill in the gaps between. So, like I said, it's the funnel design. It looks confusing when you're building it, but I assure you, when it's done, it looks all fine. So just keep in mind that it's 7 for the bottom, 9, and then 8 for each section. You don't have to follow this gospel, as take it as gospel. You can modify it and change it as much as you want. I'm just doing it as a rough guide. So yeah, it's entirely up to you what you want to do. But if you want to follow it, then by all means. I'm just going to finish off the outside section here on the other side. And there we go. That is the funnel foundation almost complete. So what I want to do now is just fill in the gaps in between, and then we can move on to the next jobby. So go from here down to here. Use set 159 by 4. There we go. That's the colour code. 159 by 4 to there. Then up to there. So that's the side of the funnel done. Well, one portion of the funnel side done. There we go, that's that bit, and then I did this last side, and then I'll do a jump cut to do the other side. So like I say, I'm not explaining this very well, but you can follow it, and by all means you're a better person than me. Anyway, that is the shape of the funnel done. That's one side at least. So what I'm going to do, I should do a quick jump cut when I do the other side, but I'll do a quick fly around anyway, so you can see how it's all laid out. And it looks a bit weird, but don't look too bad. So, like I said, I'll do a quick jump cut while I fill in this side, so back in a moment. Okay, back again. Now, I've filled in both sides of the funnel now, so the funnel should look something like this all the way around. And it's not a bad design. It looks weird, like I said, but it's not all bad. So what I'm going to do now, go to the top, and we're going to put a cap on the funnel, so we'll go inside, select either black or grey wool, whichever one you want to use. I think I use grey actually. We'll use grey. So what we're going to do, we'll go one block below the top on the inside, and we're just going to fill in the top of the funnel, give it a cap. Because to be honest, there's nothing to see in here. It's absolutely empty in here. So just fill in the funnel by hand. There we go, that's one side of the funnel. I just welded it for the other side just to fill it in. So I do set 35, 7. No, hang on. It's fill, isn't it? Fill 35, 7 by 200. There we go, that's the funnel top filled in. So it's one block below the top, as you can see. And then for the cap, not the cap, but the small exhaust nozzles, I think I can't remember what I used on the original, but I think I just used stone slabs for this. So roughly one block away from the centre, just add 4 blocks there, and then roughly 4 blocks there, and then another 4 further back. So basically the exhaust chutes for the funnel. Because I know, because the ships of this area, I don't know if the ships, well, I don't know if the Bremen actually had open funnels, or whether it was like the Queen Mary and the Queen Elizabeth, because their funnels were covered, and they had exhaust flumes at the top, sort of like that. But it's entirely up to you what you want to do. I've just done this how I've seen fit, but it's up to you what you want to do. Anyway, that is the first funnel. Nothing special, but it's on there. And basically, what you want to do now is do exactly the same thing on the other slab over there. So it's exactly the same position, so third block back from the front, and then just build the same design. I'm not going to though, I'm going to use weld edit because I can cheat. So so I'm going to go from here, copy it across there, so start there, and we go down to the floor over here, splonk, copy it to there, and then we copy, And I fly over there and just paste it in place. But yeah, it's exactly the same design, so you don't really need to worry about remeasuring or anything like that. And I'll just plonk it there. There we go, funnel number two done. And the ship has a sort of identity now. It's more fuller. There, don't look too bad, do she? Still a long way to go there. Quick hello to Josh Craft as well, and his buddy building the Bremen as well. I've just seen their videos. They're building the Bremen. Not sure if it's using this one or they're building their own. They're a bit further ahead than me actually. They've got masts and propellers on their ship, so I don't think they're actually. Well, they're obviously not using my design. So good luck to them. I'll say good luck to them. So sounded bad, didn't it? But they seem to be doing all right. I haven't seen much of the ship though. It's mainly just filling in wood and the decks and things like that. But that's that. So yeah, what's next? What can we do next? Oh, it's the forecastle, isn't it? I've got to do that. Before I do that, though, I'll just point out that I have added the doors and windows to the boat deck down here. So this is something I didn't do before. So we've now got all doors and windows all along the side of the boat deck now. So it's basically pair of doors, 5 windows, pair of doors, 5 windows, pair of doors, and so on, all the way along. The windows and doors for the next deck up on this large wall here, I'll explain that at the end of the video, hopefully, if I remember. I'll try and explain how that goes, because there's a lot of there are windows that go on it, but on the prototype over there's a lot of vents. Well, I'll say they're vents. They're basically just black blocks that represent air conditioning vents and things like that. So that will be explained as and when I get to it, but that'll be for then. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to focus on the forecastle, but before I do that, I'm going to do a jump cut because I don't know what I'm doing yet. So I'm going to do that and write down a few notes, and then I'll come back and sort it out. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. Now I've done all my measuring and things, so now what I need to do is to work on the forecastle detail. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down to the front wall of the forecastle, or the back wall if you like. So it's the front wall of the superstructure, basically this white wall here. And what we're going to do first is add the staircases down. So we're going to go to the corner block here, the straight wall here, we've got a straight wall front and a straight wall side. We're going to go from the corner block here. So we'll go to this point here, remove that block, and then we're going to get our stairs. And then we're going to put a stair block, and then put another stair block, and then another stair block, and another stair block. So basically you've got stairs that go down the side like that, and then at the bottom we just build 2 up, 2 up, and then 2 up, like so for the banisters, and then put a couple of blocks underneath to hide the stairs underneath. And there you go, there's the first staircase on that side. I'm not sure if it's the same as what it is on the prototype. I can't actually remember how I laid them out, but this is how I'm doing it now because well, it's easier this way. So do the same on the other side as well. So remove that block, put a stair bed up, stairs, stair block, and then we go 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, and then a block or 2 underneath. There we go, and there's your stairs, so you can get from the forecastle to the upper area there. And there will be iron bars to be added later on, but we'll worry about that later on. So that's that area done there. Now what we're going to do, we'll go to the straight front wall here of the which is on the forecastle deck. We'll go to the centre block, which of course is this one here, down to deck level, and we're going to leave a 2 block gap. So 1 block, 2 block, and on the 3rd block is where we build the first, well, I think it's the only cargo hatch on this area. So we'll put a cargo hatch, and it's going to be 7 wide, so that's 3 other sides, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So it's not a very big cargo hatch. And then for the sides are going to be 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there. You know what it all is. And then across the front, and then just want to double it in height, and then basically just add the cover. So it's very similar to the base to the funnel. So basically you just want to cover the whole thing over with the white block. So from front to back, just cover the whole thing with white blocks like this. So it creates the cover for the cargo hatch. So just build all the way across, all the way along. And there we go, that's the first cargo hatch. And like I said, I think it is the only cargo hatch in this area. But we'll worry about that another time. So there we go, there's the cargo hatch in place. So what we're going to do now, we're going to leave... can't remember now. We're going to leave an 11 block gap. So from the front of the cargo hatch, you're going to leave an 11 block gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And on the 12th block is where we build the breakwater. Now the breakwater is it's basically a wave breaker. So when you get a wave that goes over the bow, the breakwater will channel the water out to the sides and off the ship. So that'll be for that. So the breakwater is 11 wide. So it's 5 other sides, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from each end you just want to build diagonally out to the side of the ship like that. So we'll go up to the end of the black block there, and we'll do the same on the other side, so across diagonally to the outside like that, like so. And then for the front of the breakwater, we're going to build we're going to use quartz slabs for this, so we'll find the quartz slab, there it is, and we're going to build this up. So we'll go from the bottom, or go from one side first, so the end 2 blocks here, we'll put 2 blocks there like that, then I'll put 2 quartz blocks, and I'll do the same on the other side, so 2 quartz slabs and then 2 quartz blocks, and then in the middle we add the 3, and then we add 3 quartz slabs on the front like that. So it's basically a progressive wall, if you like. So when the water hits this, the water will be channeled out to the side. And I'll put a couple more slabs on the side there like that, because usually these things sort of slope down as you get further out. So really, if you want to, you can remove the last 2 and put slabs there, so it sort of slopes downwards gradually. I'll do the same on this side, so remove those 2 and replace them with slabs, because it's meant to progressively slope downwards and channel the water out. But not a big issue. Can't really do much with blocks. So yeah, that's that. So before we move on to the next phase, what we're going to do now is add a white line around the edge of the bow. So we're going to go to the end, well actually, yeah, we'll go to the front of the bow first and make it a bit easier. So we'll go to the tip of the bow, and we'll put a white block there, and then we'll just build white blocks on the top of all the black blocks, all the way down the edge of the ship, well, the edge of the bow anyway, so down the edge of the forecastle, all the way. Made a hole in the side now, just on the deck. Didn't really want to do that. So then we go past to the breakwater there, then all the way down to the side, correcting any mistake as we go along. And there we go, that's one side done. I'll just quickly do the other side because it won't take 5 minutes. So just go down the side here. We've got a bit of sculpting to do on the bow, so I'll worry about that in a minute. And there we go, that's the white line added. So what we're going to do now, head to the tip of the bow again and just sculpt it slightly. So what we're going to do, how do we do this? Right, so the first 3 sections of the tip of the bow, so we'll go for the tip of the bow, which is section 1, make that 3 blocks high, and then the next section, make that 3 blocks high as well, and then the third section, make that 3 blocks as well. So it's the first 3 sections of the bow. Do the same on the other side, make that 3 blocks high, like so. And then the next 2 rows, which is this one here and that one, make 2 blocks high, like so. And on the third row, the first 2 blocks make 2 blocks high. So you can see like that. I do the same on the other side, so 2 blocks high, 2 blocks high, and then the first 2 blocks, make them 2 blocks high like that. And then what we want to do is use quartz slabs to slope it gradually. So add quartz slab there, there, and there. And then down here we add another one there, there, and there. So basically it slopes up the bow ever so gradually. You know, it does look a bit... it's still blocky, but it's a bit more gradient to it. So do the same on this side. So 1, 2, 3, and down here 1, 2, 3, and that does slope up the bow a little bit. Just sort of gives it a bit of a well, not really a figurehead, but a bit more elegance, if you like. So it's still an ugly looking ship, but it doesn't look too bad. I'm just sort of wondering, when I convert this to from the depth, it's going to sit a hell of a lot below the waterline. Because I mean, look at the draft of this thing; it's huge. There's more than half the ship would be underwater, which is pretty good. Right, anyway, that's that all done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to carry on with our building of the forecastle deck details. So now we've got the breakwater is in place. What we're going to do is from the centre block, we're going to go about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks forward. And then we're going to add the anchor chains. Now I normally use stone slabs for the anchor chains. So we'll go 1 block to the side of the centre point, to there. Same again to the other way there. So we've got 1 block centre there. And the anchor chains are 25 long. So, well, that's how I've done it on the prototype, but you can change it if you want. So it's 25. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same on the other side. Just I'll measure them. I won't measure them. I'll just compare them to the other side. So the 25 up to there. Okay, there's our anchor chains. And at the end of the anchor chains, we can add the sort of windlasses like that. And we use railway track for this because it looks pretty good. Put a railway track on the top, make it look like it's a turning wheel. There we go. And we're going to add some detail down the front of the anchor chains as well. We add a couple of points like that. And there we go. And it does look a bit bare at the moment, but I think if I come back later on we can add a bit more detail. But before I do that, I'm going to add the bollards, which I use anvils for. So we use the metal anvils. And I usually place these at random, so you don't need to copy these exact. But we usually put 3 pairs of these along the forecastle. So I put a pair roughly there, then another pair a bit further along, say about there, and then the third pair, I don't know, about there. So 3 pairs of them. These are basically what they are used to tie the ship to the dock, or to a tug or whatever. So it's like that. So you got 3 pairs of those. I do the same on the other side. So I just fly down and put a pair there. Is that in line? Yeah, that's fine. So move along to the next row and put the other pair there. And then the last pair go here. So put them roughly there. And then we go, there's the 3 pairs of bollards. Now it still looks a bit bare, but there can be a bit more added later on. I think it's mainly air vents or vent cowling. So if I go a little bit forward of the cargo hatch, roughly about, not from the centre block, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forward, and then 1, 2, 3 out to the side. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 block forward. Same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 block there. Now it doesn't look symmetrical, does it? It looks a bit weird. That's fine. No, it's not. Want 1 block further the other way. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 block, and then get rid of the cowling there. So there we go. There we are. That's symmetrical now. So there we go. There's the 2 vents, and it just still looks a bit bare here. But I think what I do, I'll come back later on and add a bit more detailing, like flagpoles, masts, and a bit more sort of bollards and things like that. But it looks alright at the moment because I mean, it's not as bare as it was. That's the main thing. And yeah, don't look too bad. So what am I going to do now? I think that would be it for the building part. What I was going to do now, oh yeah, I was going to explain the windows on the side. So I'm going to leave the forecastle now. I'm going to fly back over to the prototype and explain what to do here. So if I just quickly, while I'm here, look at the forecastle. And yeah, there's a few other details, but not really big ones. Right, so now we're at the big walls on the side of the superstructure here. These big side walls. So you can see I've put black markings on the side. They're nothing really more, well, they're nothing more than basically black wool, but they're sort of spaced out to sort of create the illusion of vents, you know, air conditioning and things like that. But this is basically based on not photographs, but photographs of models. I haven't based this on the real ship because I haven't really found any decent photographs. So these are just based on the models I have seen. So if you want to copy these, and by all means do so, because this really is just nothing more than sort of random places of black markings. This is what I'd done when I built this ship. It's just I just placed them at random, but it's only really under the first funnel. I had a little bit behind it as well. There's also a couple of staircases as well I can add later on, but I'm just sort of explaining the area here. So once the black markings has gone up to roughly halfway along the ship, or along this deck, you got to the rest of it. It's just windows. So really, in my opinion, it'd be better if you just add windows all the way along the side of this deck, and then you can add a couple of extra windows up here. You know, sort of a skylight windows if you like, because it is a big chunk of superstructure. I mean, if you go inside, it is a massive room, because it's such a high ceiling. I mean, it's the 6th block above, whereas normally it's 4. So you can really, it's up to you how you want to interpret this. My opinion is really it's just add windows and doors all the way along, and don't worry about the black markings. But if you want to add the black markings, by all means do so. Place them at random, really, because I mean what I've done is just basically the same thing, just random. But the rest of it is just windows all the way along, up to there. And also I've got the aeroplane on the top. That looks quite good actually from that angle, the little biplane. So yeah, that's that all explained. But that'd be it for this part anyway. So this is part. What part are we on? Part 6, part 7? I can't remember now. Well, whatever it is. The next part, whichever it is, let me just do a jump cut a second. Yeah, just checked it as this is part 7, right? So it's for part 8. We've got this small platform which goes onto the forward funnel. As you can see, it's attached to the funnel there. So I'll probably get this panel out of the way, or this platform rather, not panel, but we'll get that one done in part 8. Probably do the masts, these things, and also we've got the stern mast as well. Got a couple of cranes which go roughly about halfway down the boat deck, so the crane there to add. I might also do the airplane gantry as well. So we're getting through this tutorial quite a bit. There's also a few deck houses as well. There's deck houses on the rear of the superstructure here. So you've got these 2 red capped ones there. There's also a deck house which supports the second mast, so that will need to be built. So there's also another deck house down there as well. So there's plenty more to do actually. So I don't think I'll bother with the airplane in that platform. We'll probably just get the deck houses out of the way. The deck houses and the masts. And if I've got time, I'll go back and do the airplane. But we'll just get those main things out of the way. There's still plenty more to do. I mean, I've not added the propellers or the rudder yet. So that'll be for another part as well. There's also lifeboats. And there's also all the vent cowlings on the top, and also the iron bar handrails. So there's still a lot to go, and hopefully get this done by the middle of next week, hopefully. But yeah, we're not doing too bad. It's definitely taking shape. There's also, as well, I've noticed the cut in the side here. There's also a small open promenade on the bow here, which goes in this area here. So that needs to be opened up as well. So that would be for another day as well. But at least we've got 2 ships now which look vaguely similar. But yeah, like I said, the area which I just explained with the windows and that, personally I would just use doors and windows along the side, and then you can change the window layout as you go along, because that's what I'm going to do. In between this video and the next one, I'll just be adding doors and windows along the side here. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. So that would be for that. So yeah, so this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing. And I will hopefully return in part 8, so we'll see you then. Anyway, that's all that done, so yeah, this is part 8 all done, so I shall be disappearing, so bye for now.